Say hi.
Hi.
Say like and subscribe.
Second again.
Well, just made it to the shop today. It's Friday evening after work. A couple cars I need to pedal on. Mr. Roach needs a muffler put on his Jeep, on his farm vehicle there, and then my neighbor, their fuel gauge isn't working, so I need to check and see what's going on with that. Not really much has been going on. I'm busy with other stuff, and we did get a new piece of equipment yesterday. Transmission jack. It's the Strong Way transmission jack from Northern Tool with the foot pump for the pump up and the release. It's got the adjustment platform on it. All this stuff is adjustable. So hopefully that'll work out good for us and get some use out of it this weekend. Say it needs a muffler. Smells like it's running really rich too. So we got him a muffler from the exhaust supplier. The standard old style replacement muffler. These are universal muffler and they are reversible, so you can switch whichever end you want as the inlet. It's offset center. Yep, muffler's set. Time to start bending some pipe.
Silence gets us nowhere, gets us nowhere, way too fast. All your insults and your curses make me feel like I'm not a person, and I feel like...
Well, folks, we've left the shop for the evening on Friday afternoon. It is now almost 11 o'clock. Finally hit it home. Got about a 20-minute ride, 25 minutes or so. But, yeah. Got the muffler and tailpipe put on the Jeep and went to start it and back it out, and she was dead. Would not start. It would spin and crank over, but it would not start. You could smell gas. It was getting fuel, but no spark. He had said this thing been randomly leaving him stranded, and then it would go back to working. So I'm kind of glad it happened so we can try to dive into it, see what's going on. And I found we had power, from the auto shutdown relay, the ASD relay on the Chryslers. We had power coming from that out to the coil, but we did not have anything coming on the other wire to trigger it. And backtracked it to the computer. It ohmed out okay, but I had nothing coming out of it. Back probed it, nothing. Then all of a sudden we started having some, and he said he'd been wiggling some wires and it would start working. So we started pinpointing, and it's acting like it's something in the connector or the computer pin itself. They feel tight, but if you hold the wiring harness still and then mess with the connector 1 at the PCM, it'll cut in and out. So started tearing the connector apart and looking at it some more tonight, and it just got late and need to get home. So I'm gonna get home and take a shower, get to bed, try to get up in the morning with the kids and head back to the shop in the morning time. And I need to check on that Tahoe why the gas gauge is not working and see what's going on. with that. I know he said somebody put a fuel pump assembly in it not long ago. So I'm wondering if maybe something with the float got messed up when they put it in. But, we'll take a look at it and see. I already got a pump ordered under his account in Napa in case we need it. That way I can run out there, get it apart, figure out what's wrong, and if I need the pump assembly, I can go pick it up tomorrow. As long as it's before 12, they close. They're only open half a day on Saturdays, but appreciate everybody watching, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch back up with y'all tomorrow.
Morning, folks. It's Saturday. We'll get this Tahoe in here and try to get see what's going on with this fuel gauge. May have to end up dropping the tank. And got a couple ideas on what I want to do with that Jeep, and hopefully we can get some stuff done today. Could be wrong, but the sending unit was showing 46% by the computer scan tool and on the gauge, and it wouldn't change. And as you can see, this thing is slammed full. There's a hose in here that's on the return. It goes this way, well, there's a fitting on the front side of the pump that's right here. So it should have been fine and out the way, but it's got this really bad kink in it. I'm thinking that this hose got on the other side of that float rod and it hung that thing about halfway, is what I'm kind of suspecting here. So testing it with the ohm meter, the sending unit's fluctuating and working like it's supposed to. Went under the car and hooked it up, worked the float. Everything seems to be correlating with the gauge. So I think we're gonna put it back in there and see what it does. What do you got?
This
What is it?
is my tire gauge.
Your tire gauge?
Yeah. I have a box.
This thing was hung at like 46%. I really think it was hung on that hose, but now it's reading full. So, moving the sending unit up and down, it was fluctuating in the ohms, and then we set it up under the vehicle, plugged it up, and I'd worked the float, and my dad watched the gauge, and it was responding with everything I told the float. So hopefully it's good to go. Well, back to working on the Jeep. It's one aggravating thing when you got an electrical problem that wants to be intermittent. Last night, we found wiggling his wires back here. We could make it we could make a connection between the plug of the PCM and the coil connector on the trigger wire. Well, we undid the connector, looked at a few things, started wiggling the wiring, and it would change. And we narrowed it down to where if we just mess with this plug, just put our hand on the plug
it would change. I even grabbed the wires down here to hold them still. And if you wiggle this plug, it would cut off. And then you'd wiggle it and it'd start back up. Now it's not doing any of that. So it could be something in that connector, or it could be something on the pins and the computer in there too, is what I'm wondering. It's just a foreign vehicle, and I'm going to clean that connector out and put the covers and stuff back on it and wrap that wiring back up. I'm not seeing anything obvious on the wiring. And if we can get it to start back up and not act up, I think I'm going to take me some big zip ties and wrap around it and like squeeze that plug onto the computer to help it make better connection too. That way, if it's something inside the computer, maybe it'll help get it by for a while. But nothing like intermittent problems. So, that's where we're at. I got everything taped back up and it wouldn't run. I put upwards pressure on connector 1 on the PCM, which is the wiring for the coil and from the cam and crank and all that. Press a little bit of up pressure on the bottom of the connector, it fires up and runs. You push down on it, it goes away, then dies. Everything on the connector seems fine. I'm wondering if it's something in that board where them terminals are on the board in the computer, if something's going on internally. So that's what I come up with. Wire tied around the computer and they put these nice little grooves in the connector cover, so they work perfect for putting them straps in. I don't know if y'all can see that. They go right in there. I mean, it's like it was made for it. But I put 2 around there and pulled the connector in tight. And like I said, if you put downward pressure on it, it dies. You pick up a little bit, it takes off and runs. And that's with nothing else moving. So put a little, another wire tie around it, and it's fastened around it where it can't come off. And then just tied up a little, not a lot of pressure, just a little bit. And knock on wood, it's been running. So we'll see if that takes care of it. If I remember correctly, he told me this was a 1-year only computer for this vehicle last time he looked up about getting one. So, but zip tie tip. Yeah. Hopefully the zip ties for the win. So we'll see.
And someday your friends to stand beside as you were flying. Oh, you were flying off so high. But then someday people look at you, the world